Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be on the Fek'Ihri store warship. Now, there is a reason why we will be on the ship, and there's actually two reasons. So what we're going to do is go over those two reasons, go over the build, so the weapons, space set, the consoles, traits, stations, DOS, take it into an Elite Argala, and see how it does. So, as we mentioned, we will be on this ship here. So, of course, this was the event reward ship. I believe it was last year, so 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong, captains, but yeah, we had this, and I call this the Space Batmobile because it looks like a Batmobile. You have the front there, and then, of course, the huge engine in the back there. Now, for the reasoning of this, of why we're on this particular ship, is I will read it here because there's actually, you won't see this, captains, but it was actually a redeem on Twitch. One of my channel point sort of redeems you can have there is have me do a theme night, and this was it. So huge shout out first and foremost to SIMONDIOUS. Captain, thank you so much. Did this redeem here, and here was the instruction. So, hi sir, I want the ships to look as derelict as possible, like Fek'Ihri vanities if possible. Even accept slightly demonic if they wish. Off-color phaser weapons are kind of ghostly phasers. Tetrion is kind of spectral, even anti-chronoton. I know it's kind of vague, but it's meant to be to allow for people to use their imaginations. Extra style points if they make their characters look ghastly or demonic. So, this is why we chose the ship, said Fek'Ihri, and we haven't really done anything with this ship yet, so why not use it? And the second reason being, and this one we can actually show you, caps, is they actually revealed this year's winter ship. So this year's winter ship will be, actually no, this was probably 2 years ago, the winter ship events for this store warship, because last year's was Nog warship, so my mistake. But we'll put it on screen here quickly for the reasoning for this. So it's going to be that ship right there. The winter ship was revealed. Now again, we've already covered this in this video here, which I can link in the description and or end card, but also here's a better look of it here, this sort of alien looking thing right there, and we just played it so that you can have a better look at it. So this is going to be, I believe, a raider. He's still not sure. This stream specifically, and again we can link this below, but it's also in the YouTube video anyways, it was where Bordicus and Kale actually went over sort of what they were going to do with the ship along with the viewer, so the community. So it still wasn't final by the end of this stream, but it was something that was kind of cool that they decided to do. So we'll hop back on here to the bridge here. But yeah, that is the two reasons why we'll be making this particular video. One, it was a theme stream redeem, and plus a Fek'Ihri theme ship is coming out this year for this winter's event. Of course, when that comes out, this video will come around that time or closer to when we get that blog of that ship. So for now, this is what we got to work with, and this is what we did. So we called this the Grotesque, and again, I believe this was his pick, SIMONDIOUS' pick to name the ship. And again, it's the Fek'Ihri store warship, and this is what we decided to do. And of course, we'll give our reasons why. So we'll go for the 4 weapons. We went with the Terran Task Force Phaser Beam Array. This you can get, of course, from your Terran rep. And when you shoot this, there is it is a thicker visual, but under a special mode, you have like a red sort of animation in the beam. So it kind of reminded me of fire. And captains, if you can see right here, this ship is literally on fire. Especially, one of the cool things here too is when you go full impulse, we'll show you later, but no, actually we'll show it now. When you go full impulse, look at that! Look at that! My ship's on fire! So that's kind of why we went with the weapons the way we did, because it kind of is matching also aesthetically what you can see on the ship. Next thing, we also have the Terran Task Force Phaser dual heavy cannons. This under fire, it looks like spitting fireballs. So yeah, sure. And with the rest of the phaser, the rest of the slots is what we did. So covert phaser beam array. The reason why we did this, of course, is the same type as these phasers here, as the weapons here, but also they're red. And well, when you think of ghosts or demons, even, this is kind of a demonic sort of theme that we kind of went here. Demon build, Fek'Ihri, fiery. Red is kind of a fiery color. So that's why we use that. These covert phasers we just kind of bought off the exchange a long time ago, and we've already used them on previous builds, Captain. So, and they have the TOS sound effect, but again, visually, this is the reason why we use them. Space set, nothing too different. So the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector from your fleet colony, the Prevailing Innovated Impulse Engines from your competition rep. We decided to use the Temporal Defense Initiative Overcharged Warp Core along with the Temporal Defense Initiative Regenerative Shield Array. Now, the reason why is because the two-piece actually gives you plus 25% all damage for damage over time and hazard effects. So we kind of have some of that here, but one of the main reasons why is using the core gives you trajectory jump. And with trajectory jump, the reason why we're using this is because as demons, ghosts, they kind of kind of hop all over the place. So we kind of use that theme along with this. That was our thinking, at least. So we're going to use it and we're going to have fun. And again, Captains, let me just say this again. I've said this all the time with the builds that we do here, especially as of late. This is just for my fun. We're just sharing this because we want to share this with you. Now, the AF weapons here, again, they're all covert phaser weapons. So as you can see, this is mostly a beam build with one Terran Task Force Phaser heavy cannon at the front. So again, these I got off the exchange. Devices, we went, of course, with the Beacon of Kalis, because why not call your friends and blind the enemy at the same time? And these ships kind of look almost the same, as aesthetically kind of gothy. Kobayashi Maru transponder for buff goodness, and an energy amplifier candy for our energy weapons. Consoles, we use the console that came with this ship, the Chains of Fire. So it has plus 28.5 fire damage, plus 25 Starship Impulse Expertise, 25 Starship Control Expertise. But what this does is pull and damage nearby foes. It's hilarious. It kind of gives you a get over here feel. Captains, let me know if you know that reference. We're also going to use the emulating phaser line, since we got from the Deimos pilot destroyer from the event campaign last year. This also increases phaser damage by 15.8%. Gives you 43.8 Starship Shield Pen, of course, and it also gives you big booms, because why not? We're going to also use the Mycelia Ambush for its jump around. And again, with ghosts and demons and such, they kind of like to jump around and scare you from different places. So that's why we're going to use this. Because why not? There is some improved Science Bridge Officer cooldowns, improves exotic damage, improves energy and shield range resistance in the same, and improves control effects resistance to the same. Of course, we got this from our legendary Crossfield. Next console up, the binaural infusion circuits, the low buy store, staple mostly of all the builds here, but you can't beat a flat out plus 26.2 crit severity. We're using the dynamic power distributor, of course, for the 11.3 all damage resistance rating, plus 19% directed energy damage, and plus the oh crap clicky goodness for 20 seconds, plus 40% bonus damage, plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, plus 500% hull regen. This comes from your prototype Dreadnought, aka the Atlas, which you can also get from your event reward. But we're also pairing it with the Point Defense Bombardment Warhead for the plus 25% projectile damage, plus 1% critical damage. It's probably just affecting this projectile. Well, it is. It's only projectile. But the 2-piece will also increase our plus phaser damage by 33%. Now, for these next consoles, again, keeping the whole sort of theme going here, Subspace Jumper. This is a old school console that I've had forever. We've used this before on our Stargazer, our first Stargazer build, the Constellation. It's a teleport, and it teleports you approximately 3 clicks behind your target, plus 25 armor pen with all your weapons for 10 seconds with 1 minute recharge. So we're going to be jumping around here just like a ghost would, or demon try to scare you. Again, that in mind. Same thing with that. We have the warp burst capacitor. This I got off the exchange. This Subspace Jumper. The warp burst capacitor. This actually comes from the tier 3. I believe it is a tier 3 now. Stargazer, the original Stargazer. But it jumps you forward, and plus it gives you become a target with 5 seconds, but plus 15% damage bonus for 5 seconds. And then it creates a duplicate of current location for 5 seconds. So it teleports you 6 clicks ahead of you, again, jumping around your target. We're going to use the Metreon canister because leaky, fiery looks kind of that too, especially when you hit it with your phasers. When you hit it with the phasers, it actually does explosions. It looks like, again, fiery thing, the whole demon thing, sure. And we're going to use actually Fiery Charge. And this is actually from the Goktad carrier. So it gives us plus 8.6 flight speed, plus 17.1% fire damage. And it holds and impales foe. This is kind of funny. But we're going to use it because why not? And then we actually did put the cloaking device on this. You can get this from your Galaxy Dreadnought. You can get this from your Defiance, in terms of cloaking and that device, and then you can just plug it on any ship. Of course, because ghosts and demons can disappear, so can we now. So there you go. Now, stats-wise, this gives us a 36.5% crit chance, a 193.2% crit severity. Captains, keep in mind, I do have my Pandevers ranked up to 600 only. Yes, I have the 150 points that I can use, but I'm still hesitant because I still have not sort of had a 100% confirmation that you won't get stuck on this one tune, because apparently that was what was happening. I've had some confirmation, but nothing too solid. But again, we've been doing fine before. We can still do fine now. So there's that. Our specialization, nothing too different. Intelligence Officer Primary, Temporal Operative Secondary. Traits-wise is what we did. We went with A Good Day to Die, Fragment of AI Tech. We're going to use Superior Cannon Training to help our one cannon. Superior Beam Training to help our beams. Beam Barrage. Adaptive Offense. Unconventional Systems. Terran Targeting Systems. Intelligent Agent Attaché. And, of course, the Boimler Effect. So Starship traits is what we decided to do. So Black Alert duplicates attack target with torpedo spread. Now, we're going to use this because it also makes something jump. Not us particularly, but a duplicate of us. So for 12 seconds after activating Beam Overload, Cannon Rapid Fire, or any Intel Officer ability, weapon damage to foe creates Spore duplicate which attacks foe up to 2 other foes, dealing 7,000 kinetic damage. It is just there for the jumping effect, and plus Ghost can, yeah, whole thing again, Ghost. Now, I have to change this a little bit here because the build changed on me while I was switching, but that's okay. Features. Emergency weapon cycle. Overpowered overguns. Universal designs. And we're going to, of course, use Withering Barrage. It extends the duration of cannon scatter volley. 4 seconds. Base reputation here. Traits-wise, we got Enhanced Armor Pen. Advanced Targeting Systems. Magnified Firepower, Precision, and Tyler's Duality. Active Space Reputation powers here. Anti-Time Entanglement Singularity. Biomolecular Shield Generator. Deploy Sensor Interface Platform. Quantum Singularity Manipulation. And Refraction Tetron Cascade. So again, this actually, activates under Beam Overload or Cannon Rapid Fire. So I'm going to stations. What I had here originally is this is supposed to just be beam overload. Now I could use the extended trait, but that's kind of what I want to do with it. So, and I always use that a lot. So I'm pretty sure we'll still do fine. So, but we'll go to the stations left to right, top to bottom. We're going to use emergency powered engines, emergency powered weapons, eject warp plasma. Not only is an on-con proc, but also it's going to be gassy trail because also gassy stuff. Hematite laced weaponry, attack pattern beta, of course the beam overload that we just changed right now, and cannon scatter volley. And we're going to use distributed targeting. Engineering slots here, we use endothermic inhibitor and structural integrity collapse 2. Subspace vortex, this is also going to make us jump or actually just go in and out quickly. You'll see that animation. I'll try to use that. Delayed overload cascade, because why not? And then what we're going to try to do, of course, is group our targets together and in this grav well here and just pew-pews them. So that's the stations. Let's go over our dupes. Let's go over our dupes. Let's make sure we just put this on our tray here. There you go. And before we do that, let's might as well save this because we're doing this now. So I even named this the SIMONDIOUS theme. So our dupes, this is what we got. Nothing too crazy. But we got the 2 on ground helping us in space. Neil Falconer, increased damage versus the Berg. Elder Malikaton, increased damage versus all. Space, this is what we have here. We have an energy weapons officer. We actually have 3 energy weapons officers going on right here. So we have a chance to stack our crit severity, and 2 of them, and a chance to stack our crit chance when we fire energy weapons. We're using Agent Neural. This we got from the Delta Rising pack. Attack pattern beta restores hull when firing. We decided to use Damage Control Engineer, chance to reduce the recharge time for emergency power to subsystem abilities, which of course we have because we have emergency power to weapons and engines. And we're going to use the Gravimetric Scientist here, chance to create an aftershock with gravity well. So there you go, captains. That is the build. Again, this is always just meant for fun, but huge shout out again to SIMONDIOUS to have us use this as a theme build. And yeah, I did have fun, and I continued to have fun with this ship because it was actually real fun building it out with the theme, but also just having its pews here. And the timing of it couldn't have been better with the release of the, this is actually a thumbnail we're going to use here, I think, with the actual use of, or the incoming ship of the winter event. So let's go take it into the Argala and see how it does. Hopefully it'll do fine. Pretty sure it'll do fine. Control here. Delta. And I can't launch it from here, so guess what? I only use this space because it was really nice looking, so apparently we have to launch from a social area. We're gonna get 2 warp out captains. You're gonna get that one, plus the one going into the Argala. Excuse me, sir, 1 sec. Nothing like features. Let's go. Again, this is on Elite, so it should do okay, but let's see. Let's see if we can use all the fun powers here, okay? Might as well go to red alert, because why not?
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching, bearing 184, Mark 7.
Okay, Picard's with us, okay?
Hands. Battle stations.
I forgot Picard's with us, okay? Let's jump. Woo! So if you look at the cannons fire, look at that, it looks like fire bolts coming out. And then you look at Terran Task Force beam, it's going to be nice and animated when we use it under special firing mode. It should have a little red in it too. Deputized, a little cloak because we're the theme. Where'd they go? Oh, over here. Aim that, so we're going to uncloak. We're going to do this. Jump around. We're gonna jump around. Get some torps off. Go back. Haha! Tell me that's not fun. Use that. So again, there is the beams there. You can see it's a red and yellow. Works for me. So we're going to use this console here. Get little fireballs. Bring in a ram. Kaboom. I don't know why. Sure. That was a fiery charge. We're gonna also try to use this. Don't know. There you go. Let's use the Metreon gas canisters. Spray them a little bit there. See all the explosions there. Fiery. Get it? Haha. Yes. Now we're gonna use subspace jump on the carrier there. Oh, that was a trajectory jump. Now we'll use subspace. It's just fun. It is just seriously fun. Now we're gonna use subspace vortex. Now if we activate it again, we do this kind of weird in and out phase thing. So, yeah. Sure. Again, captains, these are all just meant for fun. We'll use some energy candy here. Get the fiery bolts of... There, look at that. That looks like fireball. Actually, it reminds me of Mario. You know Mario? When he gets the fire flower? Yeah. Chains of Grethor. Because why not? Kind of hard to see, but it did something. Alright, next one up. Fiery charge again. Woo! Just, I don't know why it's funny. Aha, can't target me. See, we're gonna use everything at our disposal just for fun. Look at that, almost last group. Almost. Put them together so we can kind of do that. Pew-pews on them. Use a subspace vortex, because why not? And then, peekaboo. Peekaboo. It's hard to see, but that Terran task force does have a sort of animation and or beam overload. And it's kind of orangey too as well, like a phaser, but it does have like a, see, there's like that animation there if you saw it, Caps. There you go. See? It's like the initial fire it does. Oh, look at that. Last group already. All right, let's do this. Jump around. Jump around. Sorry. That's them. Fiery charge again. Woo! Ooh, let's look how maneuverable this ship too is. It's fun. Let's Metreon gas them, because why not? Oh, you're disabled. Look at all the fiery goodness, yes? Woohoo! Get in there. Ooh, subspace. Ah! Okay, sorry. That was fun. That was super fun, captains. Alright, let's go over here. For our shelfies. Captains, if you don't know what that is, those are ship selfies. Excuse me, sir, one sec. Look at that. Ludicrous speed, go! Captains, if you know that reference, let me know in the comments below. Find a spot here. And let's say that. Right there. All right, Captain, so there it is. And it was super fun. Like I said before, I've been having so much fun on this ship. Thank you again, SIMONDIOUS, for the redeem here. With these sort of redeems, I always try to do a build for them to show you, captains, the type of fun we have here. And like I said, I can't emphasize this enough. This is just for the fun we do. Also to show you that even fun, you can do stuff under Elite. And we have been taking this under Elite, but for the nightly pew-pews we do anyways here on the bridge, it's usually just under Advanced, and it just does fine. And it was really fun to build this with a theme in mind, especially trying to make something work at sort of space with a demonic and or ghostly type effect. You know, it was just a challenge on its own, but it turned out to be really, really fun. And some of my fellow captains too, when we did that theme stream that night, was having fun. So again, huge shout out to you, SIMONDIOUS. Thank you so much. Again, that is how it did. You have the ship, captains. Take it out for a spin. Maybe even use it as your space Batmobile, because you might go back on this and maybe do a space Batmobile theme. Who knows? But again, with the timing of the announcement of the winter event ship, along with the theme Night Redeem, we thought it'd be fun to share this video. You can see, captains, the type of fun we do here on the bridge. So, like the video, captains, comment below, subscribe here to the YouTube bridge, and of course, we will leave it on this note.
Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there, you can make a difference.